Question 12. We've been given a rule here to work out the taxi fare in dirhams for a taxi journey in Dubai. So if you start off with a distance travelled, then multiplying that distance, the number of kilometres, by 3, you then add 7, you then divide the answer by 2, and that will give you your fare. So for the first part, Paolo travelled 9 kilometres. That 9 kilometres is going to be multiplied by 3, giving us 27. We're then going to add 7 to the result, giving us 34. And then we're then going to divide 34 by 2, giving us 17. So 17 dirhams for that first part. Next part, we've been given a fare of 26 dirhams. So we've been given the number that would come at the end. Going back the way, instead of dividing by 2, we're going to multiply by 2, giving us 52. Then, instead of the adding 7, we subtract 7, which will give us 45. And lastly, instead of multiplying by 3, the last step would be divide by 3, and that will give us 15 kilometres as the distance of that taxi fare. And then part C, find a formula for the fare C for the taxi journey in terms of D kilometres. So that means that in our formula here, C being the answer, or the fare, if you started off with a distance D and did the following 3 sums, what would you get in your formula? Well, if we take D and multiply it by 3, that will give us 3D. Then if we add 7 to that, we just get 3D plus 7. We can actually mix those together. And then lastly, divide by 2. We have 2 options. Either we write this in a pair of brackets with a divide by 2, or the better way, I think, is writing it as a fraction. So 3D plus 7 all over 2. So how I would write this is like that, as a fraction. 3D plus 7 all over 2, done.